And Happy New Year to all of you. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Are you excited about this? Well, yeah. I can see you are. Happy New Year's Eve. What are you people doing here, by the way? Already off to a bad start. Now, all right. Thanks for the help, pal. Now, my evening's off to a bad start. No, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm going to remind you very quickly, though, tomorrow is New Year's Day. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a day that people traditionally spend watching football and throwing up. Seriously. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, which actually is something Jets fans have been doing all year. Huh? Get a little hate in there for the new year, huh? Big news story I want to share with you folks. Yesterday, I don't know if you heard this, President Clinton warned that even if people have a prescription for marijuana, they'll be sent to jail if they're caught smoking it. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Yeah, but folks, don't get sad. On the bright side, in jail, it's a lot easier to get marijuana. Believe me. I know. Don't worry about it. Getting the voice of experience here. Finally, I just wanted to mention this before we get the show started. Yesterday, true story, a priest in Brooklyn fought off a would-be robber by kneeing him in the groin. I'm not kidding. Knee him in the groin. Yeah. Yeah, the priest explained, if I don't get to use mine, he shouldn't get to use his. So I thought, it's only fair. All right, let me tell you who's joining us tonight on this New Year's Eve show. We've got one of our best friends is back, one of our favorite guests, Mr. Scott Thompson is with us. He'll make with the funny. We also have from Saturday Night Live, Molly Shannon is with us as well. Two funny people. And then we got musical guest, Bare Naked Ladies, going to perform for you people. The power of music. And the man who created the Bare Naked Ladies, Max Weinberg, and his Max Weinberg 7. Hello there, Max. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We got a great one for you. And let me begin by saying, Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, that's exciting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a new year, so I gotta tell you this. Please, don't forget to put 1997 on your illegal checks to the Democratic Party, all right? Make sure you take care of that. You all liquored up, huh? Okay, here we go. I got we serve alcohol here now at the show. We find it helps. New Year's very exciting. Speaking of New Year's, in a recent interview, Dick Clark shared his secret for looking young. Isn't that great? Seriously, he said you should avoid germs, get regular checkups, and hang around Ed McMahon, which I thought... good advice. There is good news for the new year, ladies and gentlemen. Very good news. A new proposal in Massachusetts would bring... Doesn't count, it's my family. All right. A new proposal in Massachusetts would bring a literacy program to state prisons, which I think is very cool, yeah. A state official said everyone has the right to know what their tattoos say. And I agree. I think... No. Finally, I thought this was really interesting. I read Glamour magazine, as every guy does. Please, back me up. It's very kind of you. No, but according to a new survey by Glamour magazine, 63% of men said they would not have fathered Madonna's baby would not have fathered her baby if she had asked. Yeah. And the other 37% were asked. And I thought that was, who here was asked? All right, let's talk about tonight's show. We're very proud to start the new year with this show because we have from the #1 movie, Michael, with us tonight. Robert Pastorelli is with us tonight. It's the #1 movie. We don't know how that happened. We also have very funny comedian and a good friend of ours, Louis C.K. is with us this evening. And then we have, from the hit Broadway show Grease, Tracy Nelson with us. So it's a full, layered show. Layers of meaning, layers of mystery. And right over here to ring in the new year, Max Weinberg and his assembled Max Weinberg 7.
Conan O'Brien!
Thank you very much for coming. We got a really fine program for you tonight, and I'm excited, as you can tell, because I got a big showbiz announcement. You want to hear this? This is pretty interesting. Thank you. All right, that was 1 no and 40 yeses. Okay. It was reported today, believe it or not, that Michael Jackson's baby is due February 27th, and it's going to be called Michael Jackson Jr. Isn't that interesting? That's right. Yeah. So apparently, it's going to be a girl. It's interesting. Cute little baby. Huh? There is some real news, though. I don't know if you heard this. As part of the Olympic bombing investigation, they're still looking into this thing. The FBI apparently has assembled over 4,600 photographs taken at Centennial Park. That's right. Yeah, and amazingly, every one of the photos shows O.J. Simpson wearing Bruno Mali's shoes. And he's modeling them. Man, anyone here have cable? You got cable? All right. Great, because cable will destroy shows like this. Okay. Why did they laugh at that? All right. But last night, true story, last night, Cinemax aired a 1-hour-long show entitled Breasts. Yeah, and the weird thing is Rush Limbaugh was featured. And they're beautiful. Pert and sexy. Why did I do that? Finally, I got to mention this. Kellogg's, we all love Kellogg's. They announced that Miss Universe will no longer be featured on their box of Special K because she's gained 50 pounds. Seriously. Yeah, well, a spokesperson for Kellogg's explained, it's not that we're taking her off the box, she just doesn't fit on it anymore. So she's got to go. So everyone's like, oh, and then ha ha! Joke's on her. I don't quite understand. All right, we're very happy here tonight at the show. We got a fine lineup for you. Listen to this from the hit show The Single Guy. Jonathan Silverman is on the program. And he's the single guy. You see how that works? We also have from Star Trek The Next Generation, LeVar Burton is with us tonight. He's an empath, I believe, on that show. And finally, it's kind of interesting, this guy's called the Junk Man. He basically, he makes junk into musical instruments. And I'm not kidding. That's our show tonight, yeah. Donald Kinnack is with us, and you'll see this is worth checking out. Because what else are you going to do late at night? And, of course, we have Max Weinberg and his very attractive Max Weinberg 7. Say hi to them. Hello, Max.
Now, here's your host, Conan O'Brien.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. We got a really nice show for tonight. We're going to have a good time. We got some good guests. We got some fun comedy. And I wanted to start the show off on a good note, so I got some cool gossip. You want to hear this? Yeah. Thank you for saying that, yeah. Real enthusiastic. Yeah, whatever. This is good gossip, actually. I don't know if you heard this, but it was reported today that President Clinton and the First Lady had a big fight at the inauguration because he forgot to bring the family Bible. That's right. Yeah, true story, yeah. Yeah, luckily the president had several motel room Bibles in the car, so they were all right. Trying to save things. This is interesting. I don't know if you're following this, but yesterday in California, which we know is a strange place, a new law was proposed that would ban Ebonics from the classroom. That's right. The bill's sponsor said, "This bill should pass because it be fresh and fat." Which I think is good words. I heard something, this is sort of celebrity news. I thought it was interesting. Elizabeth Taylor's 65th birthday party is coming up. And apparently at this birthday party, Michael Jackson is going to read aloud a poem he wrote. I'm not kidding, yeah. Yeah, and it starts out, "There once was an androgynous freak from Nantucket." What would rhyme with that? And then, finally, this is kind of more local, but I thought it was interesting. Last night, police in New Jersey pulled over what they thought was a drunk driver, and it turned out to be a couple engaging in oral sex. Yeah. Yeah, the officer issued a stern warning and a high five. And that took care of the whole problem. All right, let's talk about tonight's show. Enough messing around. We're very excited because the lovely and talented, you don't often get that, Suzanne Summers is with us. Yeah, Suzanne Summers. Inventor of the Butt Master and the Thigh Master, for which she won a Nobel Peace Prize. And I think she invented a new thing that works both simultaneously. I don't know. She's here, and it will frighten and amuse. We also have one of our favorite comedians with us tonight. Mr. Rich Hall is going to perform for you. Yes. And then finally, I said, that's enough show. Someone else said, no, we need to get musical guest Luscious Jackson to perform. And then I knew all was well. And then right here, dressed like a gangster, Max Weinberg and his Max Weinberg 7. Max! Don't hurt me. the program, we got a kick-ass show for you tonight, and we apologize for that because that's wrong. We got a great show. We got a real good guest lineup tonight, Andy, right?
Excellent guest lineup.
We got a good guest lineup. We got some good comedy this evening, and I'm in a good mood because I have the latest on the Clinton sex scandal. Do you want to hear this? Yeah! All right. This is actually, I thought I had been shocked, but this is the most shocking thing I've heard yet. According to Newsweek, Monica Lewinsky once waited in President Clinton's private study while he met with the president of Mexico so they could have sex afterwards. That's what they're saying. That's true. Yeah, and when asked to comment, the Mexican president said, "Now I know why our meeting lasted 11 seconds." Which is not... That's sad. Hello? Hola, and then adios, and then he was off. I don't know if you heard this. This is very inspirational, I think, because I cherish the elderly. Only 3 weeks after having her hip replaced, Britain's 97-year-old Queen Mother walked out of the hospital in high heels. Which I think is very cool. That's true. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, then she wowed the crowd by doing a backflip and an end zone dance. She did this thing, and everyone was happy. No, we don't encourage that here. Leave my booty alone. We also, this is a really weird entertainment story I want to share with you. In a recent interview, Wayne Gretzky's wife said that sometimes when she's with her husband, she feels like she's walking around with Michael Jackson. That's what she said. It's true. Yeah, meanwhile, Michael Jackson's wife said sometimes when she's with her husband, she feels like she's walking around with Wayne Gretzky's wife. Which I thought was really weird. I was thinking about it. Who actually followed what happened there? Anybody? Okay, I have 4 of you in my hip pocket, and we're ready for the show. We have a great show this evening, too. We're excited. We have with us this woman that they say is the queen of daytime. I say prove it. Ricky Lake is on the program. Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake's here. We have a very funny comedian on this show. Alan Havey is going to perform for you guys. He's very funny. And we have a really fascinating guy. He's a filmmaker who has made movies about Mount Everest. He went to the top of Mount Everest, filmed there. He's got some amazing stuff to tell us and show us. David Brashears is on the program. And ladies and gentlemen, my guide, if I ever do go to Everest, Max Weinberg, and the assembled Max Weinberg 7. Gentlemen.
Now, here's your host, Conan O'Brien.
Welcome to the program. Thank you guys very much. We have a really swell. Thank you very much. We have a very nice show for you tonight. Thank you. Thank you all. We got a great show for you. We have a lot of great guests, a lot of fun stuff planned. And I'm happy because the nation is still obsessed with President Clinton's sex life. I am. I know I am. I know a few of you are. I don't know if you heard the latest. This is weird. A radio station, this is in the newspaper today, a radio station in what the hell was that? Wait a minute. I'm not complaining. I just don't know what the hell it was. We'll try this like that didn't happen. Ah, man. Year 5 is when we become professional, folks. No, this is very strange. A radio station in Cincinnati is offering $1 million to any woman who can prove she's had sex with President Clinton. $1 million. Yeah, and the weird thing is, due to rising legal bills, Hillary showed up to collect. That was really weird. It's kind of... She's got the bed, gives the dough. Yesterday, it's really, things are heating up. Yesterday, Kenneth Starr's grand jury, of course, everyone knows about that, Kenneth Starr's grand jury heard testimony from one of President Clinton's closest confidants. Yeah, or, in other words, Charlie Sheen. They talked. They used to hang out for a time. You don't know they were friends? All right. Give the guy a break. It's free. I don't know if you heard this. It's been reported that Michael Flatley, you know, the Lord of the Dance, you know this guy? Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance, is retiring from dancing to pursue a career in acting. True story. Yeah. Yeah, which means in a few years he'll be known as the Lord of the Infomercials. I was thinking about it. That's sad. Don't be happy. That's a sad thing. Finally, last thing I'll mention, I don't know if you're following the Olympics, but yesterday in Canada... You're not even from there. We like flapjacks. Yesterday in Canada, 5,000 fans showed up to welcome home the gold medal snowboarder who tested positive for marijuana. 5,000 fans, yeah. The turnout would have been a lot bigger, but a lot of his fans couldn't get off the couch. It's a problem. They like what happens with in a good mood? Let's talk about tonight's show. We have a gentleman going to be on the program first. Always an entertaining guest. His last appearance was one of the funniest things I've seen on this show in a while. Rob Schneider is on the program. He's beloved. He's very funny. We also have an authority figure who'll bring some credibility to our sad show from Meet the Press, Tim Russert, on the program tonight. I brought him in to make us look like adults. And then, I don't know if anyone, how many of you have seen, it's a hit movie, Adam Sandler's movie, The Wedding Singer. Very funny guy. Alan Covert is on the show. He's in that movie. He's a funny guy. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, I bow to him because I must, Max Weinberg in the Max Weinberg 7. Max, nice to see you.